And it's showtime. Showtime in no time. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. We got a great show. Another great show. Make sure you smash the like button. Who got a notification for this stream? Let me know in the comment section. Joseph Benavidez, what's up? Yeah, so Victor, a channel member, didn't get the notification. Amazing. Good job, YouTube. Good job. Joseph Benavidez, who represents the Bay Area like Boxing Ego, didn't get a notification. Amazing. Good job. 7-6 Mark, a shooter who's always in the chat, didn't get a notification. Good job, YouTube. You see, YouTube is hating. Hey, Surah, did you get a notification? Shout out to my boy, Surah. Man, YouTube, they got to figure out this algorithm. Every time we heat up, they start trying to throttle us back down. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. You know how much money we made yesterday? Nah, bro. Surah, a shooter, channel member, didn't get a notification. Amazing. Amazing job you're doing, YouTube algorithm. We calling out names. Cool Raul said it was at the top, but no notification. Amazing. So the people that want to see Boxing Ego, they gotta search him out. Whatever. Still got a good show for you. That's for sure. Please get the likes up. Daniel Sims, happy Sunday, Boxing Ego, my good brother. Shout to Stan. Stan the man. Shout to Stanley. Happy Sunday to you and yours and everybody who's watching. Jeff, salute Ego the GOAT, E-GOAT. I got no notification either. So Jeff has been Ego's army and he's been rocking with me for a decade. He didn't get the notification. Amazing. Somebody let Chad know the show started. Chad, the show stopper. Listen, we still here. We still finna cook. We're just gonna warm up the mic and get busy. I gotta talk about this. Hey, low key, y'all wanna see the funniest picture in boxing right now? Listen, your boy Ego come with the best of the best. I'm like the movie, it's best of the best. Do you guys want to see the funniest picture currently in boxing right now? Yes or no? Would you like to see? Hey Ego, looks like YouTube hired the Haney X to work for them. Nah, YouTube just tripping. Do you guys want to see the funniest picture in boxing right now? Shout out to 7-6 Mark. He said definitely. Errol Spence voice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna fight Sebastian Fundura. Definitely. Bro, this is got to be the funniest picture in boxing right now. Eddie Hearn in the back laughing and Bob Arum snatching the mic and going off. This gotta be, listen, this gotta be the funniest picture. He going in. Josh Taylor won the motherfucking fight. Bro, why he snatched the mic like that? I'm sick of the UK. All y'all ninjas is gay. Bro, Arum was snapping on him. Shout out to Winston Barker. Bro, he went off on the whole UK. That was so funny. They say a picture says 1,000 words. He going off, yo. He snatched the mic like Kanye. Bro, he was on the mic like Snoop at the 95 Source Awards. Y'all love us. The East Coast ain't got love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Let it be known then. We know it. Remember he was too... Bro, remember when Snoop had the braids and he had the Crip bat at the 95 Source Awards and he was chewing the gum hella viciously? We know where we at. Y'all don't love us. Let it be known there. He said, y'all don't love us. The East Coast ain't got love for Dr. Dre and Snoop. Your teeth is bro. Hey, shout out to Sir, bro. This man wildin' already. Hey, listen. I'm trying to get adjusted. I had to buy a new chair because y'all made me break my last chair. And it's really not the chair that I'm gonna get, but I got other purchases to get, because that's like the baller chair. So I had to get a temporary, you know what I'm saying, a chair, because y'all made me break my other chair on that other stream. You know how they say ride till the wheels fall off? Y'all really made me break my chair and ride till the wheels fall off. Bro, the wheels literally came off and wouldn't go back on. It was like something broke with the mechanism. Bob said, if you want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the promoter all in the videos, dancing, come to death row. Absolutely. So I got the chair. I put it together today. We working. Look, I'm back. See what I do? I be breaking the chairs and the mechanism, messing around with y'all. My last chair was like a little cheap Amazon one, because I'm about to get the big boy chair. That one's gonna cost though, in due time. But we back. Bro, I was about to fall on the stream last time with the chair, because the wheels would just fall off at any given moment. And then it would create an imbalance. So I'll like fall. That would be so embarrassing. Y'all probably laugh if I fell off out the chair. What's good, Ego? You should just take over DAZN commentary, because them suck. DAZN has by far the worst live boxing commentary in the game. It's appalling how bad. Bro, they had that Paige Van Zant and the other OnlyFans chick, Brooke or whatever. They fought. The dude from DAZN said it's the female version of Gotti Ward. Blood. The DAZN commentator compared two OnlyFans chicks who was like damn near naked at the weigh-in and said it's the female version of Arturo Gotti and Mickey Ward. Irish Mick Ward. I mean, I feel like that's disrespectful, bro. You got a classic trilogy, like all-time boxing great classic trilogy with Arturo Gotti, and they comparing this OnlyFans eye candy ass fight to Ward Gotti. I mean, it's very concerning. Catterall clearly won too, so it was a weird take from Bob. Bob, I feel like Bob is 90 plus years old, so he unhinged. He don't like when his fighters lose, because the week before he said Tyson Fury won and Tyson Fury got beat up. Catterall clearly won. Usyk clearly won. Fury clearly lost. Josh Taylor clearly lost. Bob Arum got his fighters fighting other promoters' fighters like Usyk and Jack Catterall, and his stars, their star power is waning and fading because they're losing. Josh Taylor got hurt in his fight. Tyson Fury got hurt in his fight. They lost. And it's not just about being hurt. They lost the fight. I watched it. Alessandro, sup, Ego? What is Shakur hating about now? We just warming up the mic, my brother, but we will get into the Shakur Stevenson. It makes no sense what Shakur is saying. See, people get mad at Boxing Ego for my opinion. That's what's up. You can't prove me wrong, though. That's what I do know. You can say whatever you want. You cannot prove what I'm saying wrong. Notice when I make these points, like the stuff I said with Devin Haney, all the Haney-acts, they're coming and getting blocked because they out here trying to defend, but what you saying don't make sense. So again, you can dislike but you can't disprove. The day that one of these boxing fans can prove me wrong with a credible, intelligent, educated argument based on facts, then we cooking with grease. Until then, it's over. It's over. Everything I said makes sense. You don't want it to make sense. Because, like, for example, the Haneyaks, I seen y'all comments. They said, so Regis Prograis said he want a rematch with Devin. I don't personally feel like I need to see a rematch. That's what he says. But he said leave the PEDs at home or something to this effect, right? He said he wants to rematch with the boy Devin. He said Devin came in heavy and illegally broke the California rules. We've already went over this. The Haneyaks, they left comments saying, I was looking at the post, they were saying stuff like, Devin was over the 15% variance per the California state, recommended guidelines or whatever. But they're saying Regis is a crybaby because Devin came in at 165 and Regis was 156 or something like that. So they were saying like, oh, it's just 10 pounds. Oh, it's just 10 pounds. It's 9 pounds. It's 10 pounds, whatever the difference between them was. But these are the same people that are complaining and crying that Ryan Garcia got them and finessed them with 3.2 pounds. There's no way you can make that make sense. Listen, I'm going to say it again. The best in the business, and it's not even close. You have people who are saying Regis is a poor sport. Regis needs to get over it. It's only 10 pounds. That's not the reason you lost, Regis Prograis. The California state hydration and rehydration amount wasn't it. You're crying. Devin whooped you all rounds. The same people is arguing. That's why I said the hypocrisy comes in. The same people are arguing. They're arguing that Ryan cheated. Even before the Osterine, they were saying Ryan cheated because he was 3.2 pounds. So Regis doesn't have a point, and Devin rehydrated so much in his first fight at 140. And there's like a 9-10 pound gap, but Regis doesn't have a point. But then Devin has a point because of the contracted weight. It still looks bad, even though Ryan was contracted to fight at 140, cancel the fight. That's a fair point. You didn't make the contracted weight, cancel the fight. That's what I would do. You're not finna get me. They didn't choose to do that. You can't hold that against Floyd and Devin. You now assume the responsibility of your decision making. Get a better team. Get a stronger team that is going to look for these things and avoid it and tell you to avoid it and say, hey, don't fight this dude. He been playing around. There's no real upside. I said all this stuff before Devin even fought Ryan Garcia. Is that cap or fact? Everything I'm saying now, I said then, before the fight. Is that cap or fact? I said, why is Devin even going to fight him? What does he gain from it? Ryan running around like a maniac. So even if Devin won, people would undermine the results. Like, oh, you fought a madman. Who cares? You beat someone Tank already beat. You beat someone who looked like they were drinking and playing around in camp. Wampty. What's the real upside? But no, the Haneyaks thought that Devin was going to whoop Ryan Garcia regardless of his behavior. So they were like, nah, keep the fight going. I told you this fight wasn't going to outsell Tank. I told you this fight wasn't really a fight that was going to help boxing or help Devin. And it was a bad fight for Devin. There was just too much for him to lose. And then they say, oh, you the one that hate the Haneys. If the Haneys would have listened to Boxing Ego, they wouldn't be in this position. I know that. But the Haneyaks listened. The Haneys listened to Haneyaks, and now they in the situation they in. Shout out to Surah. He said it amazing. They thought it was sweet, period. They thought it was sweet. And now they're left picking up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. That's how that works. The same, notice boxing ego is the same person before the fight that he is after the fight. These other content creators are so biased that they don't keep the same energy. They'll say, oh, Tyson Fury is going to destroy Usyk. And then when Usyk destroys Tyson Fury, then they switch the subject and start talking about something else. Or they say Haney's going to body Ryan Garcia. When that don't happen, they talk about something else. They like sandals. All they do is flip flop. Y'all TikTok, I'm hip hop. They sandals, chancletas. All they do is flip flop. I don't flip flop. Even if I'm wrong. Terrence Crawford proved me wrong. Errol Spence lost. You live and you learn. But the thing, even in that, I never ever said Terrence Crawford is not a good fighter. I just thought Errol Spence had what it took to beat him. These dudes will tell you that Usyk is too small until Usyk beats him. These dudes will tell you that Ryan is going to get pulverized and knocked out in 6 and dominated, and then it don't happen. I've never said that Crawford can't fight. Ego giving me pride talking about the chanclas. Yeah, bro. These dudes is flip-flops. Hey, Mexican moms be vicious with them sandals. They be throwing them sandals like snipers. So the stuff I say is true. Oh, listen to this.
Don't know why Devin.
Listen.
Whether Ryan had took something or not, Ryan wins that fight that night.
We don't know that. How can we say that he got it in the system? Do you believe Lance Armstrong win those 7 Tour de France without that in the system?
How about say, you know what? Let's rematch and make sure he's clean and let's see what happened. Why has that not been said?
Ocho, but here's the thing. He didn't make 140 to begin with. I'm surprised. I don't know why Devin Haney didn't have it in his contract that he automatically get a rematch. Right. Most champions automatically put a rematch clause in their contract just in case. I don't want you trying to make me wait a year or 2 before I get a rematch.
So that's Nightcap, Shannon Sharpe, and Ocho Cinco. The funny thing is, the king of boxing talk, these dudes clearly watch me. The whole game of boxing watches Boxing Ego. Notice the whole world of boxing be talking my talking points after I talk them. Bro, they just said what I've been telling you. You guys aren't asking the real questions. How come Team Haney and Eddie Hearn had no rematch clause for their champion? You just heard Shannon Sharpe say the same thing that I said from day one. Why was that not a precaution that was placed in the contract, which is very customary and very standard? Big Supreme, what's up? Y'all get on here, let Bill do all these videos, but won't answer the simple questions. How come there was no rematch clause? Then the other thing that Ocho said, he says he believes that whether Ryan had Osterine in his system or not, that night he thinks he would have beat Devin Haney. Then Ocho Cinco said that how come they're not pushing for the rematch, a clean rematch? Who else said that? Bro, the jig is up. There's too much. This fight was so damaging. The Haniacs can't save this. The perception is what the perception is. Shout out to my brother Kamal Oz. He don't get no notification, yet he's always here rocking with the chat. Kamal, did you hear what Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharpe just said? I need to see if, because I don't think Kamal knew about that. Did you hear? Did you get to hear that? I don't know when you popped in because you didn't get no notification. All right, Kamal, listen. This is Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco talking about Haney.
The fight that I saw, whether Ryan had took something or not, Ryan wins that fight that night.
We don't know that. How can we say that he got it in the system? Do you believe Lance Armstrong win those 7 Tour de France without that in the system?
How about I say, you know what? Let's rematch and make sure he's clean, and let's see what happens. Why has that not been said?
Ocho, but here's the thing. He didn't make 140 to begin with. I'm surprised. I don't know why Devin Haney didn't have it in his contract that he automatically get a rematch. Right. Most champions automatically put a rematch clause in their contract just in case. I don't want you trying to make me wait a year or 2 before I get a rematch.
Oh, shout out to Owen Brown. Owen sent me that. Listen, Eagles Army, we worldwide. We everywhere. That was Nightcap, the show, Shannon Sharpe with Ocho Cinco. They're asking the same questions Boxing Eagle been asking. Why no rematch clause was in the contract? How come that wasn't a thing? How come you don't hear the Haneys pushing for a clean rematch? A clean rematch. Get a haircut and beard. Okay, I have a beard. And once again, block him. I'm talking about boxing. They talking about me. That tells you their sexuality. Period. I'm talking boxing and they talking about me. That shows you they need to check their sexuality as this Alizé. Next. Why no rematch clause? Again, Kamal said Ocho Cinco was on point. Absolutely. Why no rematch clause? Why no, you didn't put that in the contract. Why no rematch in general? Bro, the Haneys look like they're trying to steal a win and smear campaign Ryan Garcia's name more so than the public or whatever, and then just move on and never address the fight and the shortcomings that they had in the fight. That looks crazy to me. I'm not asking anybody to fight somebody dirty, but if Ryan, I'm not opposed to a clean rematch where no one tests positive after the commission decides whatever's next for Ryan Garcia. If there is a suspension, then serve whatever time, pay whatever fine, whatever you got to do, and then do a rematch under stringent drug testing. The Haneys keep double backing. Devin did the interview with ESPN, said he don't want to ever fight. He said he don't think he'll ever rematch Ryan. Then Bill got on Vlad TV and said that Devin wants the rematch. But your son didn't even say that. So why are you telling Vlad TV that he wants the rematch? Only to yesterday, a TMZ interview came out. In the interview, it says that Bill Haney said he don't want the rematch. He don't think Devin will do the rematch. And then the Haneyacks get mad at me because they're all over the place. Notice I've been consistent with the stuff that I've said. They're all over the place. Ego ain't all. That's how I know. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. I'm destroying them. You don't have to worry about Boxing Ego being consistent. I am that. I am consistency. The Haneys went from no rematch to Bill on Vlad saying he want the rematch to Bill on TMZ saying they don't want the rematch. That's literally back, forth, back. Like, I'm not doing that. Ryan popping dirty was the worst thing to happen to Devin. Explain that. You got to explain that one. Ryan popping dirty was the worst. I got to hear where you're going with that. Because somebody agreed with you. Gene agreed with you. You got to explain that. Osterine didn't affect him moving out the way of the hook. Everybody want to be a demon till they get chipped by a throwaway. Yeah, shout out to Kendrick. You got to, whoever said, David, you got to explain that point. You said that him testing positive was the worst thing that happened to Haney. I just want to know your angle there. Bro, and the thing is, it's like, I don't think the Haneys realize it, but it's like, I feel like the Drake album, nothing was the same. Kamal just raised y'all. Ducking Sandor Martin for Ryan Garcia was the worst decision of Devin and Bill made. That's a good point, because if Sandor beat Devin, I don't think he would have got dropped 6 times or whatever. So it wouldn't have looked like that exactly. 2. Oh, okay. David followed up. He says, because now they won't address their shortcomings. There we go. That's a good point then. He's saying that the Ryan testing positive gave them basically a built-in scapegoat. So now they're going to be in denial of shortcomings from the fight, from a skillful perspective, a technicality perspective, because they're just going to throw it on the Osterine. But that's what I told you. The Haneyx were waiting for that moment. Listen, I don't condone cheating. It just goes without saying. But I'm here to tell you that PEDs is not going to be this magic. It's not a Marvel movie where Spider-Man, Peter Parker, get bit by a radioactive spider and now he has superpowers. That is not how PEDs work. People cheat. They may have their own reasons or insecurities or whatever. You got to ask a cheater why they're cheating. That's a question for a cheater. But I do know about PEDs. A lot of people use PEDs and SARMs for the training, for endurance, so they could push themselves longer and harder and get the most out of training and like run longer or recover faster. And it gives them that type of unnatural advantage, right? There's not this one, you pop a pill or put a syringe in you and then you're God tier from a standstill. That's not how it works. Even bodybuilders, like you see, I've studied like bodybuilding and stuff, right? And I was reading all the Muscle and Fitness and Flex, all the workout magazines. I was really into this world or whatever, working out crazy. But anyway, the people who juice up in bodybuilding, they're still athletes. I'm not condoning the fact that they're not natty, but what I'm saying is they still have a workout routine. They're still lifting the weights. They still have to control their macros and how much. It's not just like they did a cycle or cycled and then they got that big only based on that. You still have to do some of the other things. That's the point I'm making. Like a person with a weak mindset, they're not going to be a bodybuilder just because they did a cycle. They're not going to get as big as Ronnie Coleman or something in his prime. You have to be like, these dudes are doing 2 and 3 days and like eating a carton of eggs at a time. You know what I'm saying? It's like other stuff. That's all I'm saying. They think Ryan is Bradley Cooper and Osterine is NZT. That's what I said. They acting like it's a limitless pill that just gives you God tier ability. That's not how it works. That's not how PEDs work. PEDs are wrong. It's unnatural. It's unfair. I'm good with all that. But there's other elements to it. Like if Pernell Whitaker fought Ryan Garcia, he probably not going to get hit with this stupid stuff. Pernell is one of my favorite fighters of all time. And he had God tier defense. He fought De La Hoya, and De La Hoya had a lot of trouble hitting him. You dig? So there's other elements that people aren't addressing because it's just like, I told you, a lot of people just go for low-hanging fruit. Ryan failing is obvious. Like cheating is obvious. Osterine is obvious. There's people on YouTube and content creators. They're acting like Osterine experts, and they don't even know. They don't even know what it is. Like, there's people who are acting like the experts. This is what the craziest thing about boxing is. You got people who act like they have sources. They act like they're scientists. They act like they've dealt with these cases before, and then they don't even know how to pronounce the drug the person's on. So how are you the expert and you don't even know the scientific name, like Osterine or Nandrolone or Stanozolol? You know what I'm saying? You don't even know how to enunciate the word. How can you be the expert if you don't even know the name of the medicine? You don't even know the name of the roid. You don't know what a SARM is. You don't know what the acronym for SARM is. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I'm supposed to believe you an expert. I'm supposed to believe these Haniacs that ain't even spelling words in my chat right. And they don't know how to enunciate the proper drug name. That's the expert. Joseph Benavidez, respect to the man Whitaker, greatest defensive boxer of my of my childhood. Facts. Shout out to Purnell. Rest in peace. And the other thing is, like, see, the other thing is the Haniacs, I would be more, it would make more sense if your argument is PEDs, Osterine. Like, if your sole focus was on the Osterine angle, that would make more sense to me. That would make more sense to me because you're single-mindedly focused on some, like, Osterine shouldn't be in your system. That's just common sense. Osterine shouldn't be in your system. So if you focus solely on that, that makes more sense. What the Haniacs are doing is they're talking about the PED. Jaso, what's up? Appreciate you. They're talking about the Osterine, but they're trying to couple these other things into it, like the 3.2 pounds. And they're trying to, like, dogpile the things to amount to make it look like Ryan did a whole slew of other things. That's the part that's, like, it doesn't make sense, people. So, for example, if you focused all on the PED, all on Osterine, that is something Ryan needs to explain, how that got in his system. And that's what he's in the process of trying to explain his side. That's why we have this due process and investigation. But the 3.2 pounds, that's a moot point. You continued the fight with the 3.2 pounds. Same thing with the IV in the 40 days programming. You seen it was on a TV show before the fight, shoulder programming, that he had this alleged IV or whatever being administered on tape, and now you still push through with the fight with these secondary things. So you have primary and secondary. The primary issue is the PEDs because you have to explain how that came to be in your system. That's the only argument that should be discussed. But that's not what's being discussed. You got people spreading lies and misinformation, including Bill Haney, saying that Ryan tested positive for 4 PEDs. Name the 4 PEDs he tested positive for, bro. And then when you confront the Haniacs with this information, they say you're hating, or they try to switch to something else or deflect. They're not even good at their job. People really run around saying he tested positive for 4 different things. It's inaccurate. if you go to the DMV and you take a driver's license, or a permit test, and you do the test, and they say you missed more than the allotted number, so you didn't pass that one test. Let's say you missed 7 questions. So they say, hey, you got to try again later. You didn't fail 7 tests. You failed 1 test. You missed 7 questions on the 1 test. Do you see what I'm saying? So for me to report that somebody went to the DMV and failed 7 tests, that's inaccurate. Like, you missed 1 test, you failed 1 test, and you failed it with 7 answers. So I think the verbiage and what's being put out there needs to be put out there accurately. There's 2 dates that showed 1 banned substance, which is Ostarine. April 19th and April 20th. 2 dates, 1 substance. Not 4 substances, not 4 PEDs. That's not true. Not the 3.2 pounds. You got to build a bridge and get over it. You agreed to continue to fight. Take the man's money. Like, when have you heard the Haney saying they're going to give Ryan a refund? So how do you think, what part of the game is it where you think you could take somebody's money for a penalty, renegotiate, keep the penalty money, and then complain about the thing you agreed to continue with as long as you receive penalty money? Haniacs put their finger in their ears like, la, 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 I can't hear you. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. This stuff, they're making it look worse. Instead of just letting Ryan be tried by the commission, you're making it look so much worse. Let the public convict him. Let the commission finish the process and deem what the next step is, period. Bill doing videos daily. The Haniacs doing videos daily, doing content and posts daily, trying to further Ryan's punishment and suggest that he's going to get banned for life and all. It's not going to happen, bro. I promise you that Ryan is not getting a lifetime ban. I know for a fact that's not going to happen, because you would have to ask yourself, if he tested positive for a SARM, which is not the worst thing that a person has ever tested positive. Like, Gerald Miller had multiple things flagged in his Anthony Joshua test. Multiple. It was like a PED cocktail. And then again, he failed another drug test. So if people he's fighting in August, Gerald Big Baby Miller. He's fighting Andy Ruiz. So he got a high profile fight on this Riyadh season card. So there's no way Ryan is going to get lifetime ban if you have multiple offenders who didn't get lifetime bans. The Haniacs acting like Devin, like there was a manslaughter issue, like Devin's no longer here or something. It's not going to happen, bro. They acting like Ryan is going to get a manslaughter, 2nd-degree murder charge. Like, Devin is still tweeting. Devin's still here. Devin's still, alive and well. It's crazy. And then you tell me that I'm tripping. And see, that's why the more that they complain, the more that means I'm doing my job effectively. Because they're not telling the Haniac platforms and content creators, they're not telling them to stop. They're just telling me to stop because I'm being honest with what's going on. Zab said that's what they're going to push for. They're going to push for what? They're going to push for what? They're going to push for what? Somebody please let me know. Hold on. See, now, listen. Zab is going to what? He said they're going to push for what? The death penalty? Hey, 76 Mark is wild. Well, okay. See, now Zab's from New York. Shout out to Zab Judah. But he has to know that's not going to go. He has to know that's not going to fly. You know why? Because he got put into a coma in a fight by the Hebrew Hammer, Cletus Selden, and he didn't get no lifetime ban. So Zab was literally had brain issues from his fight with Cletus the Hammer, who tested positive. Look. So Cletus Selden tests positive for increased testosterone. His June 15th is off. Right? So this guy was hitting hard or whatever, and he tested positive. And then when Zab fought him, like it was bad, he got put in a hospital or whatever from it. Zab Judah hires law firm and wants the drug test results. So people believe that Cletus was on something when he fought Zab Judah. Look, Cletus Selden suspended for 6 months by the WBC over a failed test. So Zab was literally fought him and had to be in like some kind of medically induced coma, and he got suspended for 6 months. Y'all have to understand the sport we're in. Ryan is a moneymaker. And this guy put someone in a coma, and then he got 6 months. And these are all New York dudes we talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. And then here's the dude. This is him. He fought my birthday month. 10 days for my birthday against Jose Angulo. So why he not lifetime suspended? And he failed the test. Why he still fighting? Look, he just fought a couple months ago, March 15th. And he failed a test. So again, if you think Ryan's going to get a lifetime ban, you just don't know boxing or professional sports. See, I'm just too good at my job. I'm too elite. There's nothing y'all could do. When I'm too elite, I'm just too elite. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Haniak said this would be... Oh my gosh. Kamal is a hound dog, bro. He clapping y'all. That's a great point. Let me read it though. Kamal says the Haniak said this would be a better Ryan Garcia than Tank fought. Wrong. He said wrong. Ryan was disciplined and focused versus Tank. Gervonta is a much better fighter than Haney, and Derek James is a superior trainer to Bill. Oh my God, y'all letting Kamal body y'all. So that's what I'm saying. It's looking bad because you're pushing for stuff you know is not going to be the case. So it just makes you look, instead of just letting the commission run the investigation, you're just chirping about stuff you know is not going to, they're not going to ban Ryan for lifetime for a first time offense. Whether people like that or not, I can give you case studies of fighters who have done equal or worse and they didn't get banned for life. Dillian White didn't get banned for life. Gerald Big Baby Miller, Robert Heleni is probably not going to get banned for life. You know what I'm saying? Like Eric Molina, Luis Nery just got a big NOA fight. He failed a drug test. So it's like, what are we talking about? And then people, the Haniac's going to blame me because this is how boxing operates. It's not going to happen, bro. I'm telling you. And then the Haniac saying everything but a rematch. Like, we get it. Osterine, positive test. In my opinion, there were still shortcomings from Devin's approach, from his daddy's approach. They don't want to accept that. And in life, when you don't accept the reality of situations, it's usually worse for you. Gerald Big Pharmaceuticals Miller tested positive for every PED possible in the lead up to Anthony Joshua fight. Then he signed a top rank and tested positive again, and he about to fight Andy Ruiz. This is the reality of the sport. If you don't like it, you got to get out the sport. You know boxing's dirty. You know boxing's corrupt, and you know the disciplinary action ain't it. They're not doing stuff like, oh, you're a first time offender, you're suspended for 5 years. They don't do stuff like that. That's the reality of it. The Haneyac's mad because I'm saying it, but it's the reality. Name a fighter in modern boxing, like in the last 10 years, that had a SARM in their system and they got a lifetime ban. So the fact that the Haneys are telling TMZ this, it just looks weird. It looks weird because you know that's not going to happen. So you're trying to worsen Ryan's punishment for some you know is not going to happen. In addition, you're saying you want the victory as opposed to what would happen traditionally in these situations, which is a no contest, no decision. You want a victory for this. Bro, the Haneys want a victory. They want their record to show we beat Ryan Garcia. That's insane. Like, what does that even do for you? Like, it's like you basically want a fake victory. That's insane to me. In a fight that could have been stopped, that's already happened, that unfortunately they couldn't catch it before. They couldn't catch the failed drug test before, which does happen. And they want a victory. Like, you want to, like, me as a competitor and me as a person, I would not like to be cheated. That's common sense, goes without saying. But me as a competitor, if I knew that I didn't perform, I wouldn't want no charity win either. I would I wouldn't want the loss because someone cheated to give me that loss. So I'm fine with that. But that's what the no contest, no decision would do. The Haneys want above and beyond that. They want a victory. They want Devin's resume to go up, which traditionally is not what would happen in these situations. So they want like to set precedents in New York, and they want a different rule applied to them. That's crazy. Like, I would not want a victory in a fight where you can argue it got stopped. It should have been stopped. No matter how mad that makes you or unsettled that makes you that someone would cheat you. I mean, I don't want something given to me just for the sake. You see what I'm saying? Like, Kamal said the Haneys have always been entitled. Devin gonna take tune-ups for the next 2 years. Enjoy that. We gonna see. And see this, and again, the Haneyacks are trying to play victim now. Loma will beat Tank. Block him. Where did it even come from? Hey, get Mike out of here, bro. You a bum. Mike, you a bum. Get Mike off the mic. Loma will beat Tank. Get him out of here. You don't even deserve to be in my chat, bro. Shout out to Business Brain, Rocka Bob, baby. When they hate, don't they? The other reason why the Haneyacks got to pour it on so thick, they got to pour it on so thick because they did too much ahead of time. If they just said Devin's a good fighter, like we say to any other good fighter, right? Then it could just be that. See, no, the thing is, the Haneyacks are now like on some boxing Karen stuff. They did all this mess beforehand, and then now that they're in this mess, it's everybody else's fault. I don't believe in that. I believe in accountability. If Devin's team didn't start wars with everybody, didn't bash all these other fighters, didn't say some of the things they said, they would not be in this position. Like, for example, have you noticed this is what happens? It's like wrestling. Nobody hated Hulk Hogan when he had the yellow tank top and he was just ripping his shirt. Some people may have went against him when he dyed his beard and he was with he did Hollywood Hogan. You see what I'm saying? Because his character changed. In wrestling, if you're a certain character and then you turn heel out of nowhere and you're with NWO now, then you're some of the people that like the old Hulk Hogan, they're not going to like Hollywood Hogan. Like, man, this guy's a jerk. Man, this guy's mean. That's what happens in boxing. Sometimes these fighters, their egos go up, their money goes up, and then they almost don't know how to act in those situations. And then you get humbled, and then now it's everybody else's fault. It's not everybody else's fault. Nobody had a problem when the Haneys were fighting Kambosos or Jojo Diaz. Myself, Ego's Army, everybody's just rocking with him. Everybody's just rocking with him because at that point, it was about the journey. But they started making some good moves for Devin's career. They started making some good moves. Shout out to Chad Van Score. He said, dang, I almost missed this. YouTube is hating. That's what it is. The Haneys started making some good moves, and then they started to feel themselves, and then they started to treat people bad, and they started to clout chase and make stuff about like war with Tank and these bogus bunk statements. And then now it didn't play out. Now it's like play victim. That it doesn't work like that, bro. You can't move through life treating people a certain way, and then when you get humbled, you blame everyone else because people are like laughing when something happened. Like, and now I'm telling you, bro, the road is gonna be tough because you guys can believe it or not. America likes winners, and you can't be the bravado person and the flashy person without the winning part. See, everybody wants to go, everybody want to be Money Mayweather. They don't want to have to go through the Pretty Boy Floyd stages. That's the reality. Bill Haney won't accept he failed Devin. He'd rather blame Ryan's test for his shortcomings. If he admits that, he will get fired by Devin. I say Devin needs to learn and leave his dad out his corner. Shout out to Christian. Yes, Gervonta the one, Tank Davis is way better fighter than Vasil Lomachenko 100. Loma be getting touched up with way lesser than Tank. Loma he'll get clapped up. He'll get clapped up bad by Tank. First of all, it'll be a southpaw versus southpaw. You getting dropped by Linares. Tank clipping you up, bro. It's Tank's time now, bro. I mean, I will watch the fight, but I don't think that's a super fight. And then old media, if Tank fights Lomachenko, they'll say, oh, Loma was old. Oh, he had too many amateurs. You know what I mean? Bro, Tank will hurt Lomachenko. Tank will hurt Lomachenko. I've told y'all that for a minute. Lomachenko, he take chances and he get too aggressive. Hey, here's I'm glad somebody said Lomachenko's name. I continue to be right in the world of boxing. Ego Stradamus, do you guys remember? I've said for years that old media, they so pressed about trying to anoint the fighters that they want, they don't even pick the right fighter, right? Old media is so racist and shape-shifting that they get behind the wrong people. Like, I've said that, who heard me say this years ago? People kept boosting up Lomachenko, and I said the one that y'all really need to give all the credit you give to Loma, you need to give it to Usyk. Who remembers I said that years ago? They're getting behind Loma and like he's a good fighter, but they're like overselling it, overhyping it. And I told y'all, I think Usyk is better than Lomachenko. If you're looking at what he's done career for career, Usyk is that dude. So if you were gonna back a Ukrainian and hype up a Ukrainian, you should have did it to Usyk, because Usyk is one of them ones. Usyk don't be touched up fighting like Miguel Mariaga level people. He taking punches from Joshua, Dubois, Fury. Usyk is nice. So if you were going to pick an Eastern European, you should have picked him. You should have picked Beterbiev. They picking like Loma. He's good, but he's not like, bro, why Loma fighting? If he's so good, why you fighting George Kambosos? Fight Keyshawn. Fight Shakur. He fighting Kambosos, who didn't even win his last fight with Maxie Hughes for real. Tank will hurt that man, bro. Book it. Loma Shakur is a better fight. And they probably won't give it to Shakur. Now that's a perfect segue to the title of the video, which is Shakur Stevenson. Bro, Shakur, I really feel like it's a bad look what he's doing because he's a good fighter, but he hating.
You think Tank washes, you think he washes Frank Martin?
I mean, that's why he fighting him. He's picking and choosing. That's what he do. Tank take the least risk. If Tank was really a risky nigga or this person he claimed to be, he would have fought Edwin De Los Santos. Why not fight the nigga that actually fought me instead of the nigga that pulled out from fighting me? But Frank Martin is not like no elite fighter. Frank Martin is a dude that signed up to fight me, got famous for signing up to fight me, and then not fighting me. That's what he got famous. That's what he's famous for. Literally, when they said Shakur versus Frank Martin was gonna fight, bro, this nigga name done blew up. And now we up here like we gonna fight each other. Then he backed out the fight.
What? Bro, what is he talking about? The bad thing about this new generation, in my opinion, and this is like anybody under 30 in boxing, a lot of these dudes type, or talk. It's insane. The thing that is crazy to me is how people can talk for a short period of time and do so much damage in a small period of time. You know your boy Ego for being online, making money online for 10 plus years. I don't take down any of my videos, and there's no one that's made a compilation of Boxing Ego where I spoke so out of pocket that I look so stupid if you were to play back that compilation video. You see what I'm saying? But then these fighters continue to talk and they say these things that you can easily shoot down. It's so easy to shoot down what they're saying. This man says Frank Martin is not elite, followed by I was trying to fight Frank Martin and the fight fell apart. If you're so great and Frank Martin is so horrible and not elite, now that he's fighting Tank, why were you trying to fight him? Why were you trying to fight Mr. Frank Martin before the Tank situation came into fruition? Why would you even try to fight him if he's not elite? Strike one. He literally said that Frank Martin's not elite.
But Frank Martin is not like no elite fighter.
Frank Martin is not no elite fighter.
Frank Martin is a dude that signed up to fight me.
Frank Martin is the dude that signed up to fight me. Then you start ranting about how he tried to fight you and he was irrelevant. Cap. Frank Martin wasn't no irrelevant before Shakur Stevenson. In fact, I enjoyed many of Frank Martin's fights. He fought Jackson Marinez, who Rolly had fought and struggled with. Remember, that was the fight before Tank where people were saying Rolly lost to Jackson Marinez. Frank fought him and stopped him. Before that, he fought that Romero Duno, and I know him because Ryan Garcia had fought him, and Frank got a stoppage in that fight. Plus, one of my favorite Frank Martin performances was Michelle Rivera. That was a good fight. And I remember on my channel, I was like, man, Frank Martin, Michelle Rivera, that's a good fight. And it's kind of like what Floyd Schofield versus Ashley Silva is, where it's like you have two quality lightweights and they could have waited to make the fight, but they gave us the fight. Literally, Frank Martin versus Michelle Rivera at the time it happened was the same type of fight as like a Floyd Schofield, Ashley Silva. It's a great fight that's could be argued is happening prematurely because it's happening when it really wasn't expected, and you could have waited and made it happen in like the coming years, but they're just giving it to us now. And Frank Martin fought him and he failed the drug test. So that makes the impressive performance even more impressive. So I don't know what Shakur is even talking about, bro. And listen, for all the gibberish that Ryan Garcia spews, one thing he said about Shakur Stevenson might be true. He says Shakur is like cocky and like he has like this arrogance about him, and he said he don't really mess with that. That's what it sounds like from this interview. He keep talking about Frank Martin's not elite, but then the whole rest of what you said was about how you were trying to fight Frank Martin, and then you continue by saying that Frank Martin was basically a nobody that needed your name to be relevant. That's not true, bro. I knew who Frank Martin was way before. Like, okay, if that was true, then why were people happy when Shakur Stevenson, Frank Martin got posted by ESPN when they said to fight? If we didn't know who Frank Martin was, why would we be hyped for it? Like, a lot of people don't know Teofimo's next opponent, Steve Claggett. Nobody's hyped for the fight because they don't know enough about Steve Claggett. You see what I'm saying? Why would people have been hyped as they were when ESPN reported Shakur's fighting Frank Martin if we didn't even know who Shakur was? I mean, if we didn't know who Frank Martin was. How does that even make sense? So Shakur thinks the whole world revolves around him, it appears. And acting like, oh, I'm the mighty Shakur Stevenson. Nobody was checking for Frank Martin until me. Shakur has faced nothing but handpicked showcase opponents and has not dazzled in most of those performances. That's what I'm saying. People hating because Tank is exciting. So basically, it looks like Shakur is hating. It looks like Shakur is hating because Frank Martin found a better fight. That's what's going on. Hey, y'all got to get the likes up. Why I never heard Shakur or Devin criticize Tank before he got on top? Because that's what happens. That's when the hate come. You ain't never heard nobody hate on boxing ego until I got on top. Pause. That's how it worked. Ain't nobody when I was on the way up and the views was starving. I was getting 32 views at the end of a day because YouTube was much harder back then. Ain't nobody was hating. Ain't nobody was like, oh, ego, you suck. And that didn't exist. They wait. There was nobody on my way up. I didn't get no hate. Everybody just loved all of my content. That's how it worked. But when I start killing stuff, when I do right and kill everything, that's when the hate came. Shakur has pillow hands too. Bro, do you notice this? I'm not even trying to be funny. Do you notice the big punchers aren't like, there's no big punchers that are talking so bad to Tank Davis. It's the people. It looks like, to me, this is my honest opinion, it looks like envy because Tank has a style that y'all don't have. So it definitely looks like envy to me. Like the guys like Frank Martin, El Rayo, guys with big punching power, they don't seem like they hate on Tank as much. But then Devin and Shakur, it seemed like you make it personal and like hate on them, man. Yeah, see, shout out to Kamal. Subriel Matias has been very complimentary to Tank, and so has Gary Antoine Russell. That's what I'm saying. If you look at all the people that are big punchers and they have an exciting style themselves, they're not really like hating on Tank the same way. But then the guys who get criticized, like Shakur and Devin, who have been criticized for like clinching a bit or, you know, making the round boring or whatever, not having the power, they seem a bit more like, man, Tank ain't this and Tank ain't that. Like for me, like I'm tall. I'm not saying I'm the tallest person ever created, but I'm definitely taller than the average male. So I don't have to hate on someone else who's tall or taller than me. Like, man, oh, you see Wilder, look at this, he think he just, but leave it to a short Napoleon dude to be hating on Ego's height or Wilder's height or something. When you're tall, when you are that in your own right, you don't really have to hate. Like, that's why you never see me. I don't really hate on any YouTubers. Like, I don't hate on anybody what people are doing. I mean, there's people that are not good at their job, but I don't hate on them. Like, yo, don't get your money and stuff like that. It's like a Chihuahua, bro. They bark the loudest, but their bites are not like the bulldogs and pit bulls. That's how females act. Y'all going off. What the heck? That's what I'm saying. And like, speaking of big punchers not hating, watch this. Ryan Garcia, big puncher. Look what he just posted. Look what Ryan just posted. It says, I love you, bro. Love you, bro. We will run it back again, Tank. So Ryan's a big puncher and he not really hating on Tank. Tank a big puncher, he not really hating on Ryan Garcia. Like, they have their spats. I get it, but not like to the point where it's just like outright hating. Guys with no power always hating on guys with power. They wish they had power. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to hate on somebody's power. I'm trying to find something for y'all. Hey, Kamal, if I could find this, I'll body him, but I can't find it. Man, hold on. Kamal, if I could find this, I'm having trouble finding it. But if I could find it, it's gonna body and it's gonna bring everything together for y'all. I promise you, I'll catch a body right now. If I just can't find it, I forgot where I seen the clip. Maybe y'all can help me find it. Man, I need to find that clip. Hey, get the likes up. Kamal, if I can find this, it'll wrap up everything I'm saying. Hey, I'm about to go. I gotta find this.
The chaos, I want the fight. I want the drama. I want the. Were you guys in that video? I want to say. He said, "What do I get out of that? If I establish Tank is selling out a Canelo at a catch, real motivated. I went and ran. You give us any insight? Like how much will we?"
Man, if I could find this, it's gonna shut the game down. Shane, what's up? I gotta find this clip. I know it exists, but I can't find.
Yeah, I spurred them back in the day at the OTC.
Dog, I literally can't find it. So basically, the clip I'm trying to find, maybe you guys know where it's at. There's a clip where Shakur Stevenson, Christian said, Ego is putting in the work. Come on, get the likes up. It's the least we could do. YouTube is hating. It is what it is. They not even sending out notifications. So the clip I'm trying to find, Shakur Stevenson did an interview and he said, Frank Martin made a mistake not fighting me unless he gets a Gervonta Davis fight. Do y'all know where that clip is at? Has anybody seen that clip? I promise you he said that. I just don't know where it was at. But man, if I find it, it's a wrap. So before Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin got announced, which is more recently this year, he did an interview and said Frank Martin is weak. Frank Martin made a big mistake. He made a mistake not fighting me. He ducked me, blah, blah, blah. And he said the only exception is if he gets a fight with Tank Davis. But Shakur said that because he didn't believe at the time, because there was no rumors or anything that he was going to fight. Because you have to remember, Frank Martin hasn't fought since Artem Harutunian. So there was no like commotion that a Tank Frank fight was going to happen. He literally said that Frank Martin made a big mistake by not fighting me. See, that's what I'm saying. Shakur thinks he's God or something. Like he almighty. He think he almighty, bro. He said, oh, he didn't fight me. How could you? How could you turn that down? That don't make sense. You foolish. And then he said, unless you get like a Tank fight, because he probably thought that wasn't going to happen. He probably thought Tank wasn't going to fight him. And then the point I'm making is now that Tank is fighting him, now you're hating on it and saying that Frank, man, y'all better hope I can't find that video, bro. I'm about to bury y'all. I promise I'm going to bury y'all. If y'all talking crazy in boxing, I'm going to bury you. Period. Y'all are going to get put in the ground. This is going to be the worst year of your life. I'm burying y'all. I'm working smarter, not harder. I am going to bury y'all. There's too much foolishness. It was with Gillian Wallow. Man, hold on. I don't remember whose interview it was. I know he said it though. If I find it, it's a wrap. KQKC Boxing Network, the best in the business. Absolutely. Dog, I'm about to, y'all better hope I never find this clip.
Talking about that.
I'll tell you his numbers. I don't mind telling you his numbers, but the numbers that he done made in his career was the highest was 250,000. That fight that he would have just fought, he would have fought for a world title, and he would have fought for $1 million. So 250,000 4 times give you $1 million, and that would have been the most money he would have ever made in his career.
Bro, what's up with these new generation fighters acting like they know other promoters and fighters' numbers? Bro, what's up with the game right now, bruh? What's up with how does Shakur Stevenson know Frank Martin, how much he getting cashed out? That's like, y'all don't know how much money I make? Like, bro, how much money Boxing Ego make? Yeah, I guarantee y'all don't know. You see super chats or something, but the super chats is not the only. I get paid off the video. I got affiliates. I got affiliate marketing with Disney. I got affiliate with StreamYard. I got mad affiliates. How much Boxing Ego make? Cause you see some super chats, you think that's how much I make? Bro, this pocket watching generation is weird, bro. How much do I make? How much do I make? You only know what you see. The only thing you can see is super chats because YouTube show them. You know we get that. You know what I'm saying? Or a Cash App. What about the Cash App? I get Venmos, PayPal, Cash App, super chat. How you know unless you have access to my account? Bro, stop.
So Shakur, he tweeted out, quote, "I didn't duck shit." Then you tweeted out, "The media's sick. They make up rumors just to protect certain fighters' image." What y'all have been talking about that a man ain't pull out to fight nobody else? What do you think? Why do you think Frank Martin pulled out? What? And I guess that's the question. Why do you think he pulled out? Because there are rumors like, oh, he's got a bigger fight on the horizon. Why do you think he pulled out?
I don't think fighters want to lose.
Hold on.
I think that deep down inside, he know that I'm one of the best fighters in boxing, and like I said, I don't think he wanted to lose. I think that when it came down to it,
y'all better hope I didn't find it.
If he was going to take an L, he want to make 10 times more than he ever made in his career. So, I guess 4 times is not enough.
What did you make? He did get on social media, and what did you make of him saying something to the effect of, well, you know, sometimes these fighters, they asking for too much. Maybe they need.
Y'all better hope I don't find this clip.
Take less. It almost gave the impression that Shakur was asking for way too much money for this fight. Give me your thoughts on what you saw when you saw what he posted.
My problem with that issue is, I mean, what he said was, you shouldn't speak on nobody else's situation if you don't know the details. So,
bro, this man just said you shouldn't speak on nobody else's situation unless you know the details, but he just told you allegedly what Frank Martin get paid, and saying fighting me would give him 4x his biggest payday in purse. Bro, this generation can't be serious, dog. Shakur just said you shouldn't speak on someone's details if you don't know. But then he just spoke on, he said, I don't care. I'm not going to tell you my money, but I'll tell you his. You literally just, this is crazy. This new generation crazy, bro. I don't know what kind of school they teaching, but this is crazy, dog. You literally just said, I'll tell you his financials, and then went on this whole spiel pocket watching about how much Frank Martin has made. He's not even a top ranked fighter. It's not like it's Keyshawn Davis. Maybe you know how much Keyshawn made because y'all friends. Maybe you know how much he getting paid. Maybe you know how much he getting paid. But how you know how much Frank Martin and PBC and Al Heyman, a company you've never been with, how much they paying their fighters?
When he went, what he said was, you shouldn't speak on nobody else's situation if you don't know the details. So when he went and said stuff about me and spoke on my situation, not knowing the details or what happened in the situation, it just turned around and slapped him in the face. I think he got slapped in the face because what he said he didn't stand on. Plus, my situation and his situation were two different situations. I would never, I'm a fighter. I love boxing. I love to fight. I would never turn down quadruple more than I ever made in my career for a world title. I would never do that.
Shakur, how frustrating, seems as if no one's frustrating.
I try to make the biggest fights happen and the best fights happen. With the Lomachenko situation, that was another guy who was offered the most money that he would have ever made in his entire career to fight me. He said no. With the Frank Martin situation.
See, bro, I can't listen to it. How Shakur know everybody else? He know Lomachenko person. Lomachenko been relevant before Shakur Stevenson. How you know how much money he done made? Lomachenko had a hotel in the Ukraine. How you know how much these people are making, bro? So you know how much Al Heyman and the PBC, someone you're not even affiliated with, how much they paying Frank Martin. And then now another top-ranked fighter who's been doing it before you were even a pro fighter like Vasily Lomachenko, you know how much money he's making, and you're saying it was the biggest purse of his career. What is this based off of, bro? And then you said Frank Martin spoke on something he didn't know, and unless you know the details, you shouldn't speak on it. This is crazy, bro. And then when I say these things and point out the inconsistencies, because the most dangerous thing is the camera and the microphone, and I point these things out, then y'all tell me I'm the one that's wrong and it's my fault. This is crazy, bro. Y'all better hope I never find that clip, dog. Because I know Shakur said that. He said Frank Martin made a mistake not fighting me. I promise you he said it. He said unless he fight Gervonta Davis. I'm going to find that clip. Oh my gosh, bro. If I find that clip, I'm about to cook y'all. The video will be there. It's making me so mad I can't find it because I really want to body y'all. Somebody keeps saying it's on the $1 million worth of game. I don't feel like that was it because I remember the $1 million again. He was in a car. Maybe he said it multiple times. Bro, if I can find at least one of them, I'm about to body y'all. I just don't know who did the interview.
So eager to fight, but it's like every time a fight pop up, it disappears.
He's a straight bitch. If I didn't have a DM, you're not that big of a name. I told him, look, I'm getting this much, you get this much. Man, you're not that big of a name, bro. You didn't bring nothing to the table. I'm the name. Yeah. So this how much the fight is worth. This man sat there in the DMs after I told him, look, I'm getting this much, you get this much. He tried to act like it wasn't 25%, but it is. He wanted 50-50. 50-50 or he's not fighting me. And it don't make sense. That don't make sense to me. Like, why would I fight Frank Martin? He never won a title.
He never been in so eager to fight, but it's like
Man, I'm gonna find that clip. Y'all done messed with the wrong one. Bro, he said it. And then now that Frank got the fight, bro, this is hate. Frank got the fight that you want. You say you want Tank, and then Frank got it, and now you hating. You said that, oh my gosh, where is this clip at?
You know.
Hold on, I think I found it. Hold on.
he got great movement.
I think I found it. Hold on.
My prediction is gonna be
that, like,
Hold on, I think I found it.
you know, for you, what's your mind?
No, you talking about the new Say Cheese. This is not new. I'm talking about Shakur did an interview. Nah, y'all sending me the wrong. Hold on. Business Brain sent me one. That's not it. Y'all sending me a new. Listen what I'm saying. Shakur Say Cheese. We already went over that. That's this.
Got famous for signing up to fight me and then not fighting me.
That's not what I'm looking for. Everybody listen up closely. Shakur last year, before Edwin De Los Santos, it was rumored he was going to fight Frank Martin. He said that Frank Martin was ducking him. He said Frank Martin was ducking him. He said Frank Martin was ducking him. Do you guys understand this? Said that Frank Martin was ducking him. And then this was still last year. So there was no talk about Frank Martin fighting Tank. And Shakur did another interview where he said that Frank Martin ducked me unless he said he made a mistake unless he fights Gervonta Davis. That's the only acceptable thing that redeems him and is not a duck if he gets a big fight like a Tank Davis. That's what Shakur said. So you guys are telling me about a brand new Say Cheese interview that just happened this year. I don't care about that. I just played that. Shakur said that Frank Martin is a duck unless he gets a Tank Davis fight because he knows the value. Anybody would take a Tank fight. It's like getting a Canelo fight. Anybody's going to take that. So you can't say someone's ducking you if they get a Tank fight. The point is he got the Tank fight, a fight Shakur says he wants to fight. So it's too much that Shakur talks about fighting, says he wants to fight, that he's not actually getting in the ring with and fighting. And now Shakur must have forgot that old interview, and now he's hating on Frank Martin and he's hating on the Tank fight, saying Tank's gonna whoop him and Frank Martin's not elite and all that. Nah, bro, I remember what you said. That's what I'm trying to find.
Mindset on the big room as far as
so everybody from Jersey gonna pull up.
something in the sport.
There is nobody else. So I can't really give you a bunch of names right now.
Or, and he's the bigger puncher in this fight.
In the ring,
Like, you know, I'm
smart though. He's smart. His ass will.
like, you know, you was looking at Frank, southpaw. Supposedly he a big puncher. You know, we got De Los Santos.
He's smart though. He's smart. I say he's smart. He's smart.
What you mean by that?
Not to get his ass whooped right now. It may be too early in his career to get his ass whooped. So, but he's
Right.
smart.
When he talks about, you know, $1 million is not enough to fight Shakur Stevenson, does that flatter you?
Like I said what Floyd said, how guys is gonna sit here and talk about $1 million not enough, and the most they ever made was $250K, and I don't get that. That's what I don't get. Anybody ever offered me quadruple more than I ever made in my career? Sign me up in 2 seconds. You ain't even got to think about it.
Yeah, especially for the vacant WBC title. It don't get any better than that, really. Now, obviously, titles don't really, you can't take the titles to the bank, obviously. you know, he's obviously in PBC, and there's some names there that he can attend that possibly could make more money.
Maybe
if he doesn't take those names like Gervonta Davis or
maybe this is it.
Cruz to warm up for Gervonta Davis.
I don't think him and Pitbull makes more money.
Cap.
No, but I think what they would do is they would they would
That's
try
cap.
to gauge his performance with Tank's performance, and he's claiming that he made around 250 his last fight, so most likely he'll make a little bit more on this one. But for you, in your opinion, do you feel like if it's not a top guy, he really just messed up right there?
Yeah, he messed up a lot. Cause that was like a big opportunity. So now the only guy that he really can fight that can make up for that is if he go fight Tank. But other than that, it's like he just blew a big opportunity, and now he's gonna go fight for the little bit of money that they gonna offer him or whatever he been making so far, probably a little bit more than that. So honestly, I think he messed up bad, and he gonna put himself in a bad situation. And then he's gonna be running back, begging me to offer him that type of money, and we'll see.
I told you, bro. I told you, stop playing with me. I told you, I'm on it. I'm the king of boxing talk. I told you, I'm too relentless. You dudes can't f with me. I told you, I catch bodies. I know what I heard. Now you hating on the Tank Davis Frank Martin fight, but you just said it. I told you. Oh my gosh, bro. This is why they can't beat me in boxing. My memory is too crazy. These dudes is too lazy. They can't f with me. Bro, I told you, I'm coming 2024. I'm coming like a porn star. I'm the best in this space. Know that. I found it and I told you. I know he said it. I know. See, that's the worst thing these dudes can do is say something to me or say something and then let the boy ego hear it. I knew I heard him say that and I just showed you. I'm a pit bull. I do not stop. I'm the Terminator. Your clothes, your boots, give them to me. Bro, I am the Terminator of this. I told you this man said that. So now, fast forward to the future, what are you talking about? You said that the only fight he can fight is Tank Davis. He gonna come running back begging to me because I'm Shakur Stevenson, yada, yada, yada. And then now he got the Tank fight, and this is what you saying now after he got the Tank fight. Bro, stop playing with me, bro.
You think Tank washes, you think he washes Frank Martin?
I mean, that's why he fighting him. He's picking and choosing. That's what he do. Tank take the least risk. If Tank was really a risky nigga or this person he claimed to be, he would have fought Edwin De Los Santos. Why not fight the nigga that actually fought me instead of the nigga that pulled out from fighting me? But Frank Martin is not like no elite fighter. Frank Martin is a dude that signed up to fight me, got famous for signing up to fight me, and then not fighting me. That's what he got famous. That's what he's famous for. Literally, when they said Shakur versus Frank Martin was gonna fight, bro, this nigga name done blew up. And now we up here like we gonna fight each other. Then he backed out the fight.
I told you, best in the business, and it's not even close. So now that proves that this is hate. This proves that you hating, because a couple months ago, when it was unknown to the world, 7 months ago, when it was unknown to the world that Frank would be fighting Tank, you said if Frank Martin fought Tank Davis, then that justifies him not fighting you. But you didn't think that fight was going to happen. You didn't think Amazon Prime and PBC was going to be able to pull the trigger and make something like that happen. And then when they did, now you're doing what the Haney-acts do, is switching it up and moving the field goal post. You just said if he fought Tank Davis, then that, you know what I'm saying, you can't knock that. And you also said that Frank Martin will be coming back, running to you because he made a big mistake. He didn't make no mistake, bro. Shout out to Full Earthman. Why Shakur make like he a megastar? That man got ringside seats at his fight for $500. Hey, bro, you try to violate. Tank versus Frank, cheap seats is like $1,000. Shakur is a diva. Bro, you said that Shakur said that Frank made a mistake. No, he didn't. He waited out. He knew his worth. How somebody explain now what Shakur said, make it make sense. He said Frank made a mistake. So he didn't make a mistake. He get to fight on Amazon Prime. We got like 600 million homes. He get to fight on Amazon Prime against a bigger star than you, Gervonta Tank Davis, on a big platform who has been promoting the heck out the fight. It's on a better card than Top Rank would have made with David Benavidez on the card. He's making whatever money he's making, which I'm not a pocket watcher. Boxing Ego make his money. Y'all know that. Look, this is Vegas right now. They already got it lit. Bro, so you mean to tell me this is the Vegas building? If Shakur last year would have fought Frank Martin, they're going to put up a billboard this size in Vegas? You think Top Rank was going to put up a billboard that size in Vegas? Absolutely not. You think they were going to get a car with Gary Antoine Russell versus Albert Puello and a new WBC champion, Carlos Adames, fighting Terrell Goucher, an Olympian, with David Benavidez moving up in weight, fighting Vostok? You think the card was going to look like that? Absolutely not. So Shakur is wrong. And I just officially proved it. I have now proven it. You said Frank Martin was going to cut and regret not fighting you, basically, and he was going to be running back because he made a big mistake. He ain't make no mistake. He didn't fight you, and now he got a bigger fight that means more to the world. And you're off a bad performance with Edwin De Los Santos. And you're off a bad performance. So it's funny when, that's why I said the most dangerous thing is the camera, microphone, social media, and the internet and Wi-Fi. You do say stuff. I remember what you say, so I'm not going to forget it. I remember stuff fighters said 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago. I still remember. So that's why it's imperative to speak with reason and logic rather than speak off emotion and for the here and now. It don't make sense. Anyway, I'm about to make this video. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'm out. I'm about to make this video. Listen, I'm about to bake y'all on this video. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. But I told y'all, leave me alone. I told you, leave me. I'm the best at my job. I'm the best in this. And it's not even close. I keep proving y'all wrong. Y'all say, oh, Ego, you don't know. I had to work for that one. I had to work for that because I didn't remember where I seen it, but I know he said it. When you frame it like that, Ego, it looks like Shakur is down bad because he said that Frank was going to regret not fighting him. That shows you the ego, no pun intended, on Shakur. You think the world revolves around you, bro. You think the whole world's revolving around you and like you're the only option. Oh, Frank Martin's really going to regret this. He's going to regret it if he don't fight me. And then now you on your last fight with Top Rank and you fighting Frank Martin leftovers talking about oh my God, bro, y'all better leave me alone. I am the best in this business and it's not even close. You said Frank Martin. I just thought of the other add-on point. You said Frank Martin was going to regret not fighting you. You're fighting his leftovers and he's fighting the guy you want to fight, which is the best southpaw in boxing, the face of boxing, Gervonta Davis. And meanwhile, you're fighting a guy that is coming directly off a L, directly off a loss to the guy you keep saying is not elite. How is that not hate? How is that not hate, people? Tell me how he's not hating by making these statements when you're fighting. You're saying Frank Martin is an elite, but meanwhile, you're talking about come out to Newark, New Jersey to fight the guy Frank Martin just beat. Listen, Shakur did an interview with Say Cheese, said Frank Martin is not elite, but you're fighting Arum, the guy he just beat. That's a bar. And Frank Martin, almost, for real, he almost stopped in the latter rounds, 11 or 12. He almost stopped Arum. And you didn't even look good in your last fight with Edwin De Los Santos. You can say whatever about your hand and you had the stomach ache or whatever. You just didn't look, you didn't look sensational. You know what I mean? And then the same haters be like, oh, Frank Martin looked bad versus Artem Harutnyan. Bro, Frank Martin didn't look worse than Shakur Stevenson. Let's vote. Man, stop playing with me. Let's vote. Tell me that Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos, did Shakur look better overall than Frank Martin versus Artem Harutnyan? Put the name of the fighter who looked better in their last fight. Frank Martin having a tough fight with Artem Harutnyan, or Shakur Stevenson running with Edwin De Los Santos and afraid to engage because he has a stomach ache and a messed up hand, allegedly. And then when I say these takes, y'all say, oh, you don't know boxing, you're just a YouTuber. I'm smoking you. This YouTuber is smoking you with facts. He said Shakur landed 12 punches the whole fight. That's what I'm saying. And then old media talking about, oh, Frank didn't look good. How did he get a tank fight? Bro, he almost stopped the man. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. He almost stopped the man, had him looking crazy, like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. Stop playing, bro. And he had the man looking crazy on skates. And y'all want me to believe. Look, I got all types of proof. These boys can't with me. Look. Listen, I got all types of proof. You can see the proof. You can see the truth. Look, this is Frank Martin, how he had Artem looking, the guy Shakur's about to fight. Bro, this is his face after Frank Martin. See, I got receipts to everything I say. These young boys can't beat me. There's no one in the game better than me. These young boys can't beat me. I got receipts. See, I don't just talk about it. I be about it. And I show you, you gonna see about it. Man, stop playing with me. I told you, I'm the best in here. I don't talk about it. I be about it. I tell you, we gonna see about it. He had the man looking crazy. And then old media talking about, oh, Frank barely won. But then Shakur looked great versus Edwin. Stop. I'm out, bro. Y'all, I'm about to cuss y'all out. Peace.